I'm Dewayne.
Hello.
I'm Andrew.
And I'm Dave.
And this is another amazing episode of the Beer-Bourbon-Breakfast podcast.
He did it. He did it.
This is not a codcast.
Beer-Bourbon-Breakfast podcast.
You have to enunciate.
He brings out a note card and he's like,
And this is the Beer-Bourbon-Breakfast podcast.
I'm going to use that, when people make YouTube videos and use an automated voice thing. We'll just do that for the whole episode.
yeah.
Yes, his Liquid Death is great. And Stagg Jr. And
It's all those things, man. Oh, actually, let me
turn that around.
Sorry.
Why?
I don't know.
I like those. It's probably easier to read on camera.
Maybe?
On the camera.
Maybe. I don't know. We'll let big producer Dave tell us.
So, man, it's been 2 weeks since we recorded one of these.
It has, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad we were able to coordinate and wear the exact same thing that we were wearing last time.
You got to coordinate.
This is the only shirt I have.
Yep.
Thanks for pointing it out, Dave.
Times
are tough here at 115 Craft.
Yeah.
He's self-conscious.
You're wearing a Southport Tap and Cellar
Times
shirt. You're
are
not even
tough.
wearing a 115 Craft shirt.
No, I'm wearing a Southport Tap and Cellar shirt.
Yeah, to take the 115 and sell it.
The 115 Craft
I'll
shirt.
get a marker. If it makes you happy, I'll write 115 Craft.
Yeah, do it right now.
It wouldn't make me happy.
Hey, when I sold the place, I left with a bunch of shirts.
And you just have one left.
They somehow made their way into your the back of your vehicle. Like I don't know how that box.
Yeah, I try not to still take too much.
They fell off the back of a truck.
He was like, I just like to borrow stuff.
They changed the logo anyway. They don't care.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
It's cool. If you're in Southport, speaking of.
Oh, yeah, stop by.
Yeah, I don't own it anymore, but it's still a cool place.
Yeah.
Friends of ours, Jeremy and Spree, own it. Southport Tap and Cellar, great place for craft beer. Really the only freaking place
Yeah.
to get good craft beer.
Watering hole in Southport.
Yeah. Yeah, cool spot. You should check it out.
Noise.
So yeah,
All
so
right.
shout out. That's all I'm obligated to do. It was in our contract when they
One of
bought
those things. You have to shout us out twice
twice a year.
every other episode. It's one of those things.
So anyway, what's been going on since the last?
Man, so much. Man,
I got up, I walked around for a little bit,
stretch.
and then I sat back down.
Glad to see you get exercise, Dave.
Yeah.
I mean,
you got to do what you got to do to get that exercise in.
when you get our age, you gotta
Exercise is important.
move around.
Didn't we just establish you were the youngest one here?
That's true.
But still,
Well,
you know,
2 weeks ago we did.
2 weeks ago. Sorry, man, I have got a good memory.
it's more important for y'all. But I'm just saying, it's also important.
He is
for
all,
me.
but I think I'm pretty sure he's the only one here with 2 knee replacements.
One.
Oh.
Just
I thought
one.
you did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But also, it's gonna happen sooner than later. The other.
Well, I'm probably going to need both mine replaced. So see if we can get a 3 for a deal.
I mean,
Buy them in bulk. Buy those knee replacements in bulk.
Hey, Doc, I got a
Costco knee
friend.
replacement.
Kirkland's brand knee replacement.
Yeah.
Vintage Kirkland knee replacement.
Well, you get a Costco knee replacement, you can bring it back anytime for the lifetime of the knee.
I'm sold.
replaced.
I'm a buyer. But only if your membership is current, right?
Yeah, well, you have to keep a current membership,
Yeah.
obviously.
They don't have to be executive.
It doesn't have to be executive.
That just means you get in early for the knee replacement.
Right, yeah, that means you're in the back of the line of knee replacements.
Nice. I'll sign up for that executive deal.
Yeah.
It comes with a glizzy bake too. That's what I
Yeah, they
heard.
give you a glizzy bake while you're getting your knee replaced.
Don't anybody explain what a glizzy bake is.
Nope.
You've got to go back and listen to
true.
the previous episode
Yeah.
to find out
This is
what
a continual story.
And
you got to
because-
watch the previous one or listen to the previous one.
and well, and
to know
because
what's
these
going
are
on.
in no particular order,
Yeah.
you got to listen to all of them
Exactly, from the beginning.
until you find glizzy bake.
Yeah. I
Appreciate
wonder if
the
you could
views.
ask AI, like if you really wanted to find it, if you ask AI, find the episode with Glizzy Bake, would it find it for you?
I mean,
Just
Maybe.
that's all you would say.
Yeah. No, yeah, don't even name the podcast series. that you're trying to find, just say, find me a podcast episode with Glizzy Bake.
And it just goes to Glizzy Bake Hour with
Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
Joe wouldn't eat Glizzy Bakes.
No, he wouldn't. He's
He'd soak them in an ice bath and
Yeah.
I don't know.
Do something.
Yeah, let's not
Yeah.
go.
Anyway.
That could go south.
and we're back.
real quick.
yeah.
So yeah, we have got an exciting breakfast for you folks.
So exciting.
It's
I
one of a kind.
was walking through the freezer aisle at the local food line,
man.
and this just had an angelic aura around it, and it called me. It is Tostinos. Tostinos?
You're not saying that right.
How do you say it? I don't even know how to say it.
There's no S in there.
Tostino?
There's no S.
Totino?
Yeah.
I think there's an S in there.
No, there's no S.
Yeah. Anyways, Tostinos. There's 3 S's.
There's a picture in the box.
So Tostinos. Breakfast. What is this called?
Pizza rolls.
Pizza
but
roll.
breakfast.
Breakfast rolls.
Yeah. Breakfast rolls.
What do you call these
Breakfast.
things? Pizza rolls.
These are
but there's
They're
not,
not.
pizza in
I will
these
say
are
it.
called Totino's breakfast rolls.
Breakfast roll.
breakfast.
You can't call them pizza rolls. There's nothing about them as pizza.
No. No.
So,
Yeah, I guess they are breakfast rolls.
sorry, just get you one. Burn
Do you
the-
remember?
Burn the roof of your mouth and shit
Oh,
out.
sorry. Okay, yeah. Let me get a couple of roof burners. here.
Somebody get the exploding
Oh, look
sound.
at that.
Oh.
They stuck together.
Oh,
so
you gotta.
it's easy. No.
you
Somebody get the
twofer.
exploding sound on the mic.
So does anybody remember? It wasn't a Totino's brand, obviously, because it wasn't pizza. Although I guess this isn't pizza. But do you remember the egg roll rolls? They were like this. They were like these, but they had egg roll filling. Do you remember those?
No.
Sounds delicious,
No.
actually.
I mean, no.
I remember those.
What?
Mini Tostino's pizza egg roll.
Tostinos.
I don't remember those. I don't remember those at all.
I'm gonna have to pull those up on my
Yeah.
phone.
All right.
Egg roll rolls. Look up egg roll rolls.
Egg roll rolls?
Yeah. egg roll rolls.
Eggo rolls?
Man.
These are delicious.
What
So-
flavor? What flavor are these?
Bacon, egg, and cheese. All right, I feel like as good as these are, if they were sausage, egg, and cheese, it'd be better.
I mean, yeah.
All right. So normally when we talk about whatever we're doing here, we give a backstory or a history or whatever information. This is an educational cod pass.
Cod pass.
But I thought this time, since this is apparently a conglomerate, these are not handmade and
What?
Totino, Iowa.
Look, see?
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah. You don't remember those?
Wonder if they still make them.
Yeah. I no, they don't. I don't think Le Choy is even a thing anymore.
Egg roll rolls.
Who makes chow mein noodles from haystacks?
I don't know. I don't think maybe
That's all they're for is the haystacks.
Le Choy just makes those noodles now. That's all they do.
I thought we would each make up a short story on what Totino's, the history of Totino's.
Oh man. This could go.
Andrew, short story.
I like details. All right, I like details.
Here, I'll start while y'all are eating.
Hold on.
So,
wait a minute. Wait a
hang on.
second.
Yeah.
While I was looking up those egg roll thingies,
Yeah.
the egg roll rolls, did you say these were good? Did you say these were good?
I think they're good.
Yeah, they're good.
They taste so weird to me.
Do they?
There's like an artificial smoke kind of flavor to it that I can't get around.
I mean,
It tastes chemically to me.
I will tell you 100%, the sausage is way better, and in the conventional oven, they are way better.
Yeah, I did microwave
Sure.
these. We do not have an
Yeah.
oven or an air fryer here.
And I don't think putting it in an oven would change the flavor.
the chemical compound.
Yeah, it's weird.
I mean,
To me, it's.
I think the only thing
weird.
that's missing is a big old glass of chocolate milk.
what?
Yeah, you gotta have chocolate milk with breakfast.
Yeah.
Breakfast food. When you eat breakfast for dinner, you have chocolate milk with it.
Nothing set off a bacon,
Chocolate
egg, and
milk.
cheese egg roll.
Some chocolate milk.
Like a chocolate milk.
So what do you?
So anyway, Giuseppe Tostino came across.
Tostino.
Came across on the boat, and at Ellis Isle, they changed his name to Jerry Totino. He settled in Brooklyn and started hand making little pizza margarita rolls. And one day, a young J.P. Morgan ate one from his cart and said, "Young man, I will bankroll your business." And there we have the story of Totino's.
History's made.
Yeah.
That's a good story.
Done.
That's a good.
I'm gonna
That
go-
story is better than these.
I'm gonna go Jebediah Tostino's. Also came across from. I think his actual name was Jebediah Tostinosburg.
Is he Amish?
Came across the pond, the big pond, illegally through Canada.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Ooh.
yeah. But
Here we go. Here we go. Buckle up, Buttercup.
he made things right with his inventive way of serving pizza.
Yeah.
Little bitty pockets of pizza. And kind of like your J.P. Morgan story, it was who owned the Biltmore? What was that family?
The Vanderbilts.
Evan J. Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt. He's the offshoot. They kicked him out of the family.
Are you sure you're not dyslexic?
I am dyslexic.
Oh.
Old Vanderbilt boy. That was his nickname.
Vanderbilt.
He saw him, and he didn't buy anything. Although he was so rich, he stole the recipe from whatever name I was calling this guy earlier.
Jebediah
Tostinosburg.
Tostinos.
But because of, illegal stuff, he changed it to Totino.
Okay. All right.
Dave?
Quite a web. No, I'm not adding to that. I'm sorry.
You can't add that.
If
I feel like both stories were good enough. I don't really need to.
see, I think this was birthed from the brainchild of Carl from Aqua Teen Hunger Force, because it would make sense that he would create such a wacky thing. But it's also for that hard, working man. He needs breakfast on the go. So it just happened to be one of those things.
Hey there, fry man, try my.
Right?
You like a breakfast in a little.
Try my little breakfast. Little pockets.
That's
All right,
that's all I. Yeah, that's all. That's all I got.
Now it's time to
right.
piss producer Dave off and give ratings that require graphics.
No more graphics.
No more graphics.
Depends on the mood.
Okay.
All right, go ahead and rate it.
I already turned my mic on, so I'll go first.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it 3 Giuseppes out of 5.
I'm gonna give it 4 out of 10 artificial smoke flavor.
I will give it 2 out of 5 ham bananas.
What? Wait, did you say ham bananas or hand bananas?
Ham banana. Let's go with the Carl theme from.
Oh,
Team, yeah.
okay.
Okay.
Ham
Anyway,
banana.
That's a deep cut.
Tonight, you.
I'm gonna give it 7 out of 10
That's a high rating.
burnt roofs of your mouth.
All right.
I'll be honest with you. I was expecting to be like 10 out of 10. These were perfect. like these.
Best thing we've ever eaten
Like literally.
since we
got
started
more.
doing this.
Yeah. Your French bakery BS, you can throw that in the garbage.
We going straight Tino's.
Handcrafted pastries from, people have been doing it for 30, 40 years.
Sheboygan.
From Sheboygan. No, microwaved,
Yeah.
little pockets of eggish
Stuff.
Eggish.
items. Way better. So much better.
Yeah.
The only thing that was real with that was the box that it was made in. or that it came in.
I mean,
Everything else is questionable.
It suits sometimes you don't want homemade, handmade, whatever pastry or breakfast or, you just want some
I tell you what, though,
processed artificial
if
thing that has chemicals in it.
if I'm hungover as hell, that would be like
That's a good point. Yeah, you're hungover.
I'd still rather have the pizza rolls.
See, at night, you're drunk as shit. You go home and eat the pizza rolls, and you wake up the next morning, you're hungover.
So you switch over to
Yeah.
egg
rolls.
breakfast rolls.
breakfast.
And then back to
Eggo
lunch.
egg rolls.
And then back to lunch, you eat more pizza rolls.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
it's a cycle.
It's just a never-ending cycle of roll eating.
Don't pay no tolls,
Well,
can't eat no rolls.
If we still had the egg rolls, I'd say that'd be for lunch. But we don't have the Eggo egg rolls.
I know. Look, I found another one too earlier by Chun King.
Ooh,
See Chun
those are
King? Shrimp egg rolls.
those
I
are.
think if I eat those,
told you.
they're gonna make me chunky all
Yeah.
over this place.
Yeah. Did you know Michelina's made them too? What? Yeah. Michelina's.
Oh,
made
I've
'em.
had those before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, see Michelina's?
Those were good when they were like $1.
Yeah.
You'd get a order of those. You get a thing of those for $1, and you go get you a Humex
Yeah.
for like 25 cents,
All those Michelina's meals, man, they were like $1 or less.
or a nice banquet. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a nice banquet. I don't think I've ever heard those two words
I
in
don't.
the same sentence.
I don't think they've ever been muttered.
Well, at the very least, speaking of the frozen dinners banquet, like not a real banquet. But yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
man. Back in the day when I was on a budget, living by myself, and I didn't buy any single item that cost more than $1.
Man, that didn't they have like a Thanksgiving kind of deal, like with a turkey and stuffing spread?
Well, they used to have,
They all
I
have-
remember
yeah,
as
they
a
all
kid,
have
you
some
could get
of
a
those.
big, it was a platter. It was like
The family
just a
size.
bowl of gravy with like cold cuts in it, basically.
Well, we used to make homemade McRibs with the was it Swanson
Yeah.
family size artificial rib meat.
Was it better
platter.
than McDonald's McRib?
No.
about the same.
Yeah. I mean, it's not far off. It's not
This
far
is
off.
the banquet bourbon beer breakfast.
Yeah, but we didn't have pickles and onions put on it, so it was just a bun and the rib
Lit.
thing.
When's the last time you had a McRib?
I don't remember. It's been several years.
I wasn't an adult. I'll say that.
I was definitely an adult. I actually liked the McRib, but
I always think I'm
Haven't
gonna
had one
like
in a
it.
long
I think I
time.
eat one about every 5 years. I'm like, man, I'm gonna eat this. This thing gonna be delicious. And I get it. And I'm like, no,
Straight
absolutely not.
trash. Hot trash.
So anyway,
Yep.
this has been your McRib minute.
Yep.
all right.
Promoting
So yeah, let's get on to the good stuff.
the good ones.
Let's go with
have us a beer.
or do the beer.
Let's have us a beer.
Act like we ever do
Pop
this
it
out of
up
order.
again.
I don't know. What are we gonna do? We're gonna do beer first.
Ah,
This is Rauchbier. Rauchbier. Some people say Rauchbier, and that actually might be correct. I don't know. We don't have any Germans around to tell
similar-
us otherwise.
to a rock lobster.
Rauchbier.
But it wasn't a rock.
It was a Rauchbier. Did they do the SNL thing?
I don't know.
I thought I saw a clip where Fred Armisen played drums, and two of the current cast were the backup singers, and then it was what's the lead singer of B-52s?
That guy.
Yeah.
They all sang.
But anyway,
They all sang.
shout
all
out,
sang.
shout out to the B-52s. Hope they're listening.
I'm sure they are.
All
They
right.
they've got a lot of home time
Yeah.
now. Anyway.
Ooh, smoky. Smoky. So, this is a Rauchbier, Rauchbier, whatever you want to call it. From lesser known brewing
Definitely get
out
the smokings.
of Winston-Salem, North Carolina.
So, what does it mean when it says it's Frankonian inspired? What's that mean?
Don't know.
Brewed entirely with pecan wood smoked Pilsner malt by Epiphany Craft Malt in Durham, North Carolina.
There.
I don't know what say. Was it
Frankonian inspired.
I don't know. Maybe that's a region, but I know that the Rauchbier is actually from Bamberg, or Bamberg,
I know.
Germany. I mean, that's kind of where that's their style. Like honestly, if you go to practically every brewery in that area. That's about the only beer you can get. So I don't really know what that refers to.
Do you remember that
I'm looking it up.
that brewery that we went to in Bamberg?
Yeah.
Do you remember the name of it?
Oh,
It was
if
like,
I did, I can't pronounce
yeah.
it. I've actually, you could get their beer here in America. I've sold it before, but it's beyond my pronunciation skills.
That place was like, yeah, open since like 14 something.
So, Frankonian is a style of German beer that's known for malt flavors and aromas.
Okay.
They can be dark or Keller beer style.
So I would imagine that refers to the base.
Yeah.
Whereas the
The base.
Rauchbier is the smoked part of it.
Yeah.
So Rauchbier just basically means
Yeah.
smoked lager. I don't think it necessarily has to be a dark beer, but it usually is. A dark amber or it can be even darker, like a black lager or Schwarzbier.
Man.
It's very smoky.
So a little bit about lesser known. Winston-Salem, relatively new brewery, started in July of 2022. They really focus hard on German, Czech style, I think exclusively lagers, if I'm not mistaken. Really cool place. Really reminiscent of some of the breweries that we've been to in Germany or, even Amsterdam and stuff like that. Just the way they serve, the aesthetics. So really cool place. Just kind of outside of downtown Winston in the West Salem area. I don't expect anybody to know what that is, but
On a side note, your font is so big, I can read it from here.
sorry, it does that when I turn it. And maybe I want
Sure.
you to read it.
Yeah.
So this is a project. This is the brewery started by two guys that moved from Virginia, I think Richmond area. They just want to start a brewery. They were finding, while Richmond is a great beer town, it's probably saturated at this point.
Yeah.
So they were looking for a place to do it. They looked all over North Carolina and found that Winston was at least on the verge at that point of being a good beer town. And I have to agree. A lot of cool breweries. But it's two guys, Will Loring and Ryan Gramlich. They've traveled to, before starting the brewery, they traveled to Germany and Czech Republic, and they even actually went to Moravia, which, if you know anything about Winston, that's like Moravian religion or whatever is a big thing there. Dave's wife's Moravian.
Yeah.
Anyway, but they even use open fermentation, which I just learned. I did not know that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I didn't know that either.
That's pretty uncommon. That's old. It's old style of making beer. Most
Use
people would say
wild
Belgian. Yeah. I don't know if they do that exclusively using wild yeast. They probably do pitch yeast, but they just open it. I mean, they just ferment it open in an open vessel, almost like a pool or a
Cool ship.
yeah.
Kind of deal.
I don't know what it's. There's gonna be certain parameters for it to be called a cool ship, but basically, yeah. But the space itself, it's about the beer. It is not about anything else. They don't TVs, at least right now, they don't do music. They don't really do events unless it's a beer centric event. I think they have a big Oktoberfest and they occasionally have food truck stuff, but yeah, they don't really do anything besides just serve really good beer. I've been there a couple times. I really enjoy the place. It's refreshing, not to be overwhelmed with smoothie sours or crazy big stouts or triple hazy double dry hop IPAs and da da da. It's a cool space.
Nice.
I have referred to it as pretentious, but in the best way possible.
Yeah.
If that means anything.
No, I get that.
They're very proud of what they put out, and they should be.
Yeah, as they should.
I mean, I think typically they only have 4 or 5 beers on tap. So, and they're all very clean, traditional kind of beers. So,
Yeah, they only actually have 4 taps, and then
Yeah.
the 5th quote unquote tap is coming directly from the Bright tank, I believe.
Wow.
which is, there's no in between there. It's kind of like from mash tank to fermentation to bright tank beer to your glass. And that's pretty
awesome.
cool. That's not something you see really that often. Been a couple other ones.
But that's also cool that they're just like, you know what, our product, like we're not hiding anything.
Yeah,
It is what it is.
Mad Mole in Wilmington does that. Well, even Legion, that new Legion restaurant, theirs is like that.
Oh, the Trolley Barn.
Yeah, that's they're drawing off the bright tank. So that's a
That's
pretty
cool.
You're just there's nothing wrong with putting beer in kegs, but it's just one more thing that it's got to travel and could create issues. But
I think Resident Culture does that too.
yes, they do.
Midwood
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
They do that. Yeah. But especially for a small, it's one way for Resident Culture to do that. For a small brewery to do that, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This particular beer, can I have the bottle? Is what would we say? Super Fumo?
Super Fumo.
Yeah, Super Fumo. Was they even list that it was smoked with pecan wood and Pilsner malt from I don't know, a local Epiphany malt in Durham, which I didn't even know I didn't even know they had a malt place.
A malt place.
Malt place. That's
Y'all
pretty
got a
cool.
malt place?
So I know they try to use like a lot of
Malty
local ingredients. Ingredients.
And agreements.
I think somebody even told me they were like growing their own hops at one time to do wet hops and stuff like that.
Damn.
So
That's
that
cool.
takes a while. I don't know if they're at that point yet, but so yeah, really cool place.
Nice.
Check it out if you're in Winston-Salem, amongst
the others.
like probably 7 or 8 other breweries in that
There are a few.
small little area.
There are a few.
Winston-Salem has become a very cool beer town, and they're doing something a little. I think they're all. It seems like all the breweries do something a little different from each other, but they're definitely way different.
Very
So,
different.
Yeah. What do we think?
I love it. I think it's fantastic.
Sometimes Rauchbiers or rock beers can be so too much smoke,
Yeah.
and I think this is well balanced.
Yeah, I agree.
This was actually a gift from Anna. Do you know her last name?
Man, why you put me on the spot? like that?
Sorry. Anyway, Anna, who is also
Anna with the face, you know.
and check the corner.
Yes.
Yes, on Instagram at check the corner on Instagram. Awesome beer, social media influencer type person.
Yes.
Nice.
She was here at Christmas time. She brought this as a gift. So thank you, Anna.
Shout out
Yeah.
Anna.
Yeah. Thank you.
She's a big proponent of North Carolina and apparently Florida beer,
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
which she
lot of
should
it is.
be. Tampa area especially.
Yeah.
Great beer. So yeah.
I think this is like easy drinking. I think it could be definitely too smoky for some. I think it's the perfect amount of smoke. That one in Germany we had, that was borderline just way too smoky because it literally although I appreciated it, it smelled like or it tasted like you were drinking a campfire.
Yeah. It's a little.
I remember
too
that a little
much.
differently.
Yeah.
But then again, who knows?
Well, I was also getting sick at the end of that trip,
you
so
were, yeah.
yeah,
All right.
had to go to.
I remember driving around cobblestone streets looking for a pharmacy.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
That was fun. And then,
But yeah, no, I enjoy a good Rauch beer, and but yeah,
Delicious.
you are right. Some, especially American versions, as we tend to do, are just overdone.
more's better.
Yeah,
More's more.
Subtlety is key.
Yeah,
So, but yeah,
delicious.
about all I have for lesser known.
All right. Yeah.
Winston-Salem.
Are we
North Carolina.
rating it? Or are we?
Yeah, we can.
Oh, okay. I'll go first.
You brought it up.
Okay. I'll give it 8 out of 10 campfires.
I'm doing 3.5 out of 5
What?
points.
Points.
God, put me on the spot like that.
Yeah, I'll give it. I think I do. Man, I'm gonna go pretty high on this. 4.25 out of 5. Damn, I really like campfires. I'm just gonna steal Dave.
sorry.
Campfires.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, this was good. It was interesting. Yeah, not too smoky. I liked it. It's I'll give it 4 out of 5. Smoky T-shirts after you've been at a campfire.
Nice.
I like what you did there, Dave.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Smoky,
thank you, thank you.
smoky T-shirts and make all your other clothes smoky, even though you washed them.
Yep.
Yeah.
And even your bed.
Wouldn't it usually be like a smoky jacket or a pullover though? Most people don't sit around a campfire in a T-shirt. Oh, you do. You do. Okay.
I mean, you know.
But you're wearing a button-up shirt right now. You're not even wearing a T-shirt.
Well, he would have.
I mean,
Yeah,
you're
he
wearing-
is.
You're wearing 2 shirts.
And
an
he
outer
always-
shirt. What? That's
He
button
always
up.
has the flannel unbuttoned, so that shirt's going to get smoky.
Yeah, I guess they both would get.
Listen,
See,
buddy.
that's what you should have said. You should have said smoky flannels.
Listen, buddy, they both get smoky.
Dude,
okay?
All right,
that is,
all right.
that's a killer punk band from the 80s.
Smoky flannels. That sounds like a grunge band to me.
Yeah, it
It
could
could have,
be.
yeah, it could have been. Proto grunge band, big
Yeah.
big influence on Mother Love Bone.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice. Like that.
You didn't go for Nirvana. You really reached that Mother Love Bone.
Yeah.
Like it.
All righty. Let's keep the
All
drinking
right.
going with
Yeah, we go with
bourbon.
it.
All right. So, we're next up is one of my absolute favorite bourbons. This is Stagg Junior, or it's actually just been renamed Stagg, right? So this is from Buffalo Trace Distillery. Are you handing me your glass? Is it-
Yeah, it's
Okay.
right
All
there,
right.
man.
Well, I mean, you.
You had your hand on it.
Because I'm going to drink it.
He was holding it for you. Like you pour.
Trying to be efficient here. I don't got time to
One of
wait.
those things. It's gonna be a little baby pour today, because we're trying to conserve.
Hey, where'd that Stag come from?
I think
Came from down the street.
I think it was
Ice cream
acquired
shop.
from a place called 115 Craft here in McAdenville, North Carolina.
If I was to Google search that, what would the
I think it would
address be?
address.
115 Main Street,
I was about to say
McAdenville, North Carolina, aka ChristmasTown, specializing in craft beer, wine, bourbon, cocktails, frosés. It got alcohol in it. We got it.
CBD.
And if it doesn't have alcohol in it,
Yeah. We also sell Liquid Death,
One of those things.
THC seltzers, Goldfish.
Everything. Cup noodles.
cookies.
We don't. Don't push the noodles.
Oh, sorry.
We done sold out.
Oh
of
man.
Oh, you're not doing the noodles anymore?
AKA I ate them all.
Nobody was buying them, so you ate them all?
No, I think
Hey.
we sold 2.
It's one of those things. You gotta constantly rotate the. Make sure that.
Yeah, my noodle selection.
Yeah. On point though. So this is from Buffalo Trace. This is a nod to George T. Stagg, who actually was one of the owners at one time. This is 127.6%, so it's a big boy.
It smells like it. It
It's-
smells like a permanent marker.
I remember my first bourbon.
So it's kind of an undisclosed, how long it's been aged. It's rumored to be 6 to 8 years. Mash bill is also undisclosed. Thought to be mash bill number 1 because of its low rye content. Right. So
Got a burp out of this guy.
mash bill number 1 also shares.
That's a spicy burp.
That's exactly what I felt too.
It's a spicy
It's
meatball.
like immediate heartburn, like instant, as soon as it goes down the throat.
That's-
heartburn.
You know how some people want to put a drop of water in there? Just put
Yeah.
a Tums in it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Let the Alka-Seltzer fizz it up there.
This
think
is
it's
definitely one of those bourbons. Yeah, you got to take that first sip and just deal with the pain.
Yeah.
Because after that, you're good.
Oh, it's called the Kentucky Hug.
Yeah, yeah.
Kentucky is hugging you right now.
literally smells like a permanent marker.
You're crazy.
No,
Man.
it does. It smells like a permanent
No.
marker.
No, I'll play it.
It does. I'm sorry. It does.
But it's thought to be the same mash bill as.
Essence of black and maybe red permanent marker.
Is this?
Essence of this is getting me high. It's cutting off the blood circulation to my brain.
It's, it's the big tip marker. So that way you get more to it.
This is essence of. I don't have to use my nose clippers today.
Straight burned them off. Appreciate you, George. No, but it's thought to be the same mash bill as like Buffalo Trace, Eagle Rare, E.H. Taylor, just aged differently and all that good stuff. So a little bit about.
Sorry. I put some water in it and it made it spicier. I was like, I want to mellow this out, and it made it spicier.
Man, that's funny. So George C. Stagg was one of the founding fathers of bourbon, as he's referred to sometimes. He a little history lesson about Colonel Stagg here. Worked as a salesman in the early part of his career. In 1861, he enlisted in the Union Army. He is after the war. He moved his family to St. Louis. He began his relationship with E.H. Taylor, and eventually became president. Oh, thank you.
Might as well finish it off.
I mean,
Dave, you want some more?
I'm good. Thank you.
Dave.
Yeah.
Sissies.
Yeah.
Bitches.
I don't have enough hair on my chest for this one.
He later became the president and then owner of, well, at the time it was called OFC,
Fritzy Corncob.
Fritzy Corncob.
Old Forged Copper? No. Anyway, it'll come to me in a second. So, and
Old
then
fiddly cockatoo.
cockatoo. That's some good old fiddly cockatoo right there. So Stagg changed the name to the George C. Stagg Distilling Company in the early 1900s.
To chase that.
Oh,
Gross. Oh.
came through dipping.
That was
Dip.
crazy.
Man. So he did that after a big falling out with. I get the feeling that him and Taylor did not get along, even though.
I can just imagine that scene.
Yeah.
Hey, old dadgum, tell you what, old Colonel Taylor, I'm gonna fight you, son of a bitch.
Yosemite Sam.
Yeah. Your bourbon is the worst in the world.
And then they bare knuckle box.
And then Colonel
Your
Taylor's
bourbon
like,
doesn't even smell like a permanent marker.
Sir,
You some bitch.
we don't even have permanent markers where I'm from.
What's a permanent marker?
I do declare. He's from Savannah or something like that. I don't know. What's a Kentucky accent?
Well,
That don't tell you
would
what
a
now, I don't
Kentucky accent today be the same as a Kentucky accent back then? That's the question.
It just sounds like a banjo.
Bing, ding, 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 ding. Or is that a West Virginia Strom?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, it's all one and the same.
That's one of those things.
That's what they say about their cousins. Sorry.
Don't talk about our audience.
Sorry about that.
All the Kentuckians that listen to us.
And West Virginians.
And don't worry about them.
They don't have electricity to listen to this.
Oh my God.
Hey,
They're too busy in the coal mines getting the coal so you have electricity, boy.
Gotta charge my
all right.
Charge your iPhone.
my EV, something. Is this a little bit too hot for y'all?
I mean, just for me, it's not an enjoyable experience.
This has been the Two Ladies and Two Dudes podcast.
Well, so I would say it's wonderful in the mouth.
Okay.
Edit that out.
All right.
Actually, graphic here.
Okay.
No, don't graphic.
But once it enters the throat,
You can't handle it. It's too
I
much to
can't handle it.
handle.
It's too much.
Second
Oh my
graphic.
God.
But seriously though, like
Medical graphic, like internal view.
right, the diagram. But seriously though, I like to let it tour the mouth. That wasn't even intentional.
Okay.
No, that's
But in the front, on the tongue, in the front of the tongue, in the front of the mouth, lovely sort of caramelish,
Yep.
sort of nice, pleasant, and then once it gets to the back, it's gone. It's just straight fire.
The problem is, I haven't drunk enough high-proof bourbon to scar the tissue in my throat. So I still get all that, you know.
You know,
you guys are seasoned.
When Dave was talking, all I thought about is when I uploaded the video to YouTube, it asked me, "Is this kid friendly?" And of course, I hit no. It's a definite no. This time
he
around.
didn't say, hey, it's all innuendo, right? There's nothing. He didn't say anything.
Throat Goat?
Yeah.
No?
Throat Goat.
No? Anyway.
Also a good punk band from the 80s.
God. I don't know. I love Throat Goat's third album.
Before they sold out.
Yeah.
Big inspiration to Smoky T-shirts.
Man.
Smoky flannels, yeah.
For P. Diddy something.
Yeah, now we're just going back.
Yeah.
That's a 70s punk band. Throat Goat. That is CBGB's. Throat Goat.
Man. God.
I really like it. I mean, I do totally get where they're coming from. It burns going down,
It's a big boy.
but it lets you know it's there.
Yeah, you know. But it also, it hugs you tight. It embraces you. You know?
And I feel like
I'm going to have
whereas
heartburn
their-
the rest of the day.
Yeah. Whereas their reaction has been instantaneous, mine is going to be a little bit. I mean, oh God, what was I thinking?
What did I drink? Oh, yeah.
Where's the Pepsid AC?
Brittany,
Peppa AC.
I need a
just
Zantac
pepper.
300.
Just makes it worse. Hey, where's my pepper AC?
Made out of real peppercorn.
Well, they say fight fire with fire, you know?
So we rating this one?
Yeah.
You can start with the rating on this
Me?
one. Yeah. Let's start on that end.
I'm gonna give it. Probably 8 out of 10 Peppa ACs.
Okay. All right.
No graphic necessary because I don't even know where you would.
That'd be a weird graphic.
I just have to draw that for you, I guess.
I'm going to rate it 4.25 out of 5. Delicious.
I'm going to give it 3 out of 5 throats on fire.
Fire throats.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to go 3 out of 5. Yeah, I'll just keep it simple.
Well, we're
You don't put up that graphic about
yeah.
throats
I'm
on
gonna
fire.
give a little bit of information. A little bit, I guess,
that's
perspective.
Where are you going?
No. So this is
Yep.
It's a
Oh, God.
you know,
Oh, God.
this is allocated bourbon. If anybody doesn't know what allocated means, you know, hard to get. When they come into stores, I don't know, it's usually some sort of lottery or drawing, or they hold them back behind the counter. So basically hard to get.
You got to camp out for 20
yeah.
hours.
So basically, if you got it, you're the coolest of the cool. Right?
I mean, I was before I got it, but,
Yeah.
you know, it helps. It's another mark on my
Yeah.
Well, those kind of deals.
bedpost. I don't know.
Bedposts.
You ever heard that? You ever heard that term
You
before?
mark bourbons on your bedpost?
Yeah, I don't get nothing else to
Oh, I
mark.
finally got that one.
Nothing else to mark. It's just one. Anyway,
Touche.
we sell it for $16 for an ounce and a half pour.
Wow. I would not pay that.
Which
My
by,
personal opinion.
by the way, you're not because we're sold out.
There's a little drop in there.
I would happily pay $16 for a pour of that all day, every day. In fact, yeah, I need all of it.
Well, I mean, there's different level. Everybody has different tastes. Everybody has different levels of what they want, what they're
Yeah,
looking for.
sure.
This is a good poll, I guess.
Yeah.
Half of you. I'm not saying you don't like it, but it's whatever. It is what it is.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I
Whereas-
don't like it. I just.
You
It's
you
a
also don't
little
love
rough.
it. You
It's
know.
a little rough.
Yeah.
I like it.
That's a good thing.
I love it. Sorry.
That's a good thing about bourbon, the bourbon world, beer world, whatever you want to get into. There's something for everybody,
Yeah. No, that's a good point.
and
Takes all kinds.
takes all kinds to drink bourbon. Mm-hmm. So I've actually never had this before, so I'm glad you chose it.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Very good.
That's-
Thanks for finishing off my bottle. You owe me
$100.
about $100.
charge to the game.
And I don't take checks before you say it.
Oh, I'll write a check all day, every day. It's
But yeah,
not gonna clear.
so that was pretty. I actually had to enter a lottery to get that.
Oh, wow. And
So- Did you
really?
You just drank it like it was nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, baller, son.
You should have seen what he did with the other bottle. He had a straw in it.
I do it for the podcast.
He made it into a slushie.
I put Coke in it.
Yeah.
And cheer wine.
I actually poured out half the bottle and just filled it up with Diet Coke.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Nothing sets
That's
off
a
some
baller
Stagg
move
like
right there.
like a Diet Coke.
That's a baller move.
I love that on the bourbon Facebook and forums. The guy that gets the bottle is lucky enough to get a bottle of Pappy and then puts a glass of, obviously it's like cheap bourbon and Coke and goes, yeah, this is how I roll. F you.
Rage bait.
It's like,
I'm not a part of any of those groups or forums.
Don't do it.
man, it's a lot of.
I don't see any reason to.
I mean, honestly, don't get on Facebook. But
yeah.
you know, definitely don't join a bourbon group. They're the worst.
It's
Hey, we love you. Listen to the podcast. I will probably be posting a link to this podcast on one of them. They're all horrible except for the Gaston County Bourbon Society.
they're all horrible except for the ones that like this podcast. They're cool.
Well, it's all a bunch of crotch shots too, like
Well,
dudes that
you know-
buy, you know.
They buy an allocated bottle and put it right in their crotch.
And they're like,
Look at this.
Oh, I'm gonna start a new Facebook page.
Check this out.
Bourbon crotch shots.
God,
Bourbon ball shots.
people are going to be so disappointed when they find out what it really is.
It's just the same bourbon over and over and over again.
Yeah, just a different.
No, it's like anything else. Honestly, even you can attest to this. Most of those forums, it's all positivity and good reviews and da da da. It's just the one person that just has to be the troll or whatever, just trying to stir shit up.
The straight,
You always got
know,
those guys, no matter what.
Yeah.
what
straight
you're into.
DB.
So anyway, shout out to Gaston County Bourbon.
I drink it, and they pay
Shout
me
out to
for
the
it.
Cramerton ABC store for hooking us
Yeah,
up.
for real.
So yeah. Anyway,
But yeah,
well,
I like it.
we went on a high note
I mean, you know,
If you say so.
with throat talk. And
Yeah.
throat goat.
This has been Throat Talk with Dave, producer Dave.
Yeah. Throat talk.
Throat Talk.
Oh boy. Deep throat talk.
The parental warning on the graphic on this one.
Yeah, it's one of those.
He
But
said he's not doing any graphics, so
I can do that part.
Oh, you're gonna throw some graphics.
Just on the
there.
thumbnail.
right.
I don't know how to. I wouldn't even know how to do it on the video.
I can
So-
only imagine. I can't wait for this to come out.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
might be never coming.
So you have to have on the thumbnail. You have to have a picture of producer Dave with his mouth wide open.
It's so good.
It's that throat talk. Throat talk.
A special Throat Talk edition.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. On
Yep.
that note, let's definitely end this
Well,
Okay.
craziness.
Well, we got another one in the books, fellas.
yep.
I tell you, man, we're getting good at this. Every 2 weeks.
Yeah, every 2 weeks.
All right. Once again, I am Dewayne,
I'm Andrew.
And I'm Dave.
and this has been another amazing episode of the Beer-Bourbon-Breakfast podcast.
Triple B.
Triple B.
Till next time.
Hashtag hash browns, triple B.
God, I want some hash browns.
These hash browns.
Anyway.
You ever
all
heard
right.
anybody do that?
All right.
Sorry,
Okay.
for you us
Yep.
old folks, number sign,
Yeah.
triple B.